Alright guys, so this is Radical Reptiles, and I'm just like this because I'm going to Texas. So stick around because this is going to be a great video. Okay guys, if you remember, this is Ramy, the albino Nelson's milk snake. And I do have to feed him before we leave, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this is amazing, because all snakes can open their mouths 180 degrees. And even though Ramy is a skinny, tiny little snake, he can still fit that entire baby mouse down his mouth and through his throat. Pretty amazing, right? We packed up and then we left for Texas on a long drive. Of course, one of the first stops when you come to Texas has to be Buc-ee's. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically a superstore gas station. After eating, because it was getting later, on the way back to my grandparents' house, we saw a small herd of deer, which is not uncommon. We actually saw multiple, but this is the only one I was able to get a video of. Now, at my grandparents' house, which is where we were staying for a week, I found these two huge banana spiders, which I thought was pretty cool. What's up guys? So we are currently hiking down to part of the Colorado River. So my grandparents live out in the middle of nowhere. They have tons of acres of land and they live right next to the Colorado River. So of course we were like, we have to get in the river. So me and my family, we drove the Polaris, which is basically an ATV, and we searched for an entry point to get down to the river. We did find an entry point, so we started to hike down. So now, as I'm hiking down, I made it down pretty good, but it is kind of treacherous. It's pretty steep slope, and there are roots from trees, slick dirt, and there are some areas where it's just like tall grass, so there could be snakes in there, but we just had to walk through it. Thankfully, we were fine, made it down to a sandbar right on the edge of the river, and had some fun. So yeah, pretty awesome. Part of the Colorado River. Okay guys, now it's time for some river fun. This is Bubba, and he's the dog that did everything in the river with us. Now, it was really fun. We walked around, splashed each other, and walked on the sandbars. Now, the sandbars were more of a mud than sand, but it didn't really matter. It was fun. We searched for fossils, found some broken glass, some bones, went to the middle of the river, and yeah, it was really fun. Okay guys, here's some animals. A green jumping spider and a moth just landed on me, so I took a picture of it. Now this channel is called Radical Reptiles, and I didn't see too many reptiles, but I did see some arthropods, so I had to share them with you. This is one of the coolest things I saw while I was in Texas. So it was right outside of my grandparents' house. We see it. And, yeah, so this guy was pretty huge. I had never seen a walking stick this big. I am used to those tiny little skinny ones, but this guy just amazed me at how giant he was. So we just, picked him up, looked at him. He was really cool, harmless, watched him walk around, and this is one of the coolest things we saw while we were there. So it was super cool. There's a giant walking stick for you. Okay guys, while I was in Texas, I didn't get to see too many reptiles, nor did I get to take a video of them either. But I did, however, search for them. I got on the electric bike and I searched. Now, I did see a small blue lizard, but wasn't able to get it on camera. But at my cousin's house, which is about 3 hours away, I found this little toad. And you guys, I have a fish tank. So my cousin also has a fish tank too. So I thought I would share his fish tank with you. Okay, now it's time to head out of Texas and head to Louisiana, which I have more family in Louisiana. Now, a super cool thing that I thought I'd share with you guys, because I have never seen it before, was I look up in the sky and I'm like, wait, is that a blimp? And I'm like, it is a blimp. It's a blimp for Dick's Sporting Goods. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Anyways, at my great-grandma's house in Louisiana, she has this giant setup with 2 tortoises. So, yeah, there's 2 reptiles for you. Boom! Crackle snap. And, yeah, so there's an alligator. So let me explain. I went to a splash pad for the day with some of my family, and I was telling them that I wanted to see an alligator, but I didn't get to see an alligator. So they sent me this video of a mother alligator protecting her nest. So I had to share this video with you guys, and she is being very defensive as her nest is right behind her. Okay, we had to pack up and go home. After many hours, we reached home again. Okay, guys, so that was a pretty epic trip. Texas and Louisiana, we saw some really cool things. Keep up, keep watching. I'm going to post some really cool videos in the coming future. 3, 2, 1, out.